why we see the crypto space and even the NFT space just like a male-dominated industry.
We're also going into the Bitcoin halving, which is happening in April. And as you know, every 4 years, the same amount of hash produces half the Bitcoin. And so, there'll be a decrease in supply. We've also seen an increase in demand from all the Bitcoin ETFs that have been getting passed just the last month. So, it's always a good time to be building on Bitcoin when you have supply going down, demand going up, and, a new protocol that is enabling assets to actually be inscribed directly on Bitcoin.
How good or how important are ordinals for the future of Bitcoin? What's their role? If you are in the NFT space, you know that the hottest place to be is ordinals. Actually, we always talk about women underrepresented in crypto, like in traditional financial market, but actually there are some cool female leaders in the space. And today, joining me from the Ordinals community, I have Amanda Terry, co-founder and COO of Metagood, which are the creators of OnChainMonkey, which is one of, if not, the most popular collection on Ordinals. She's also a managing partner of Acti Venture, an early stage venture capital firm. And I'm really excited to announce that Amanda is one of our supporters for the FinancialFox Ordinals collection, which is coming very soon. So you can find all the information on our Twitter and Discord. And yes, it's going to be a cool collection. I'm really committed to two things. One is education on ordinals and Bitcoin. And the other thing is about female empowerment. And I want more women to be active in the community and be a founder and be leaders. And I think we need more voice to come out there to support this, which is very important, diversity and inclusion in the community. So I'm very excited about the FinancialFox Ordinal drop. And I'm so glad that Amanda is on our side as, one of the top female leaders in ordinals, but also in crypto. Before we get into the interview, remember that all the information on this channel and on our episode are only for informational purposes only. So we don't offer any financial advice, any investment decision that you make. You need to do your own due diligence. That's super important. You are in charge and the only responsible for your decision and the investment of your money. So that's super important. And I'm going to ask you a favor. I know that many of you are watching our interviews. So I'm going to ask you, click the subscribe button, follow us on our social media, join our newly launched Discord. There is a lot that we are building in the space, and we have got an NFT collection just coming out to support female empowerment and education, and so many other initiatives that I'm working on with the main goal to engage with my community in a way that is not just helping us, but is also helping the community. And I think that's super important. So, if you are not part of the community yet, join our channels, subscribe to the YouTube, and you can see from the other side, there is a commitment. We have been doing videos since 2017, and constantly I'm reaching out to guests that I think are great leaders, that I think can share good insight and interesting insight for our viewers, for our audience, for our community. So I want you to be part of what I have been building. And any suggestion, anything that you want us to do, please communicate it, because it's all about engagement, and that's how you really build a community. So I hope to see you there. Hi, Amanda, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, it's great to have you on the show. Finally, we have more women coming to the crypto industry.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Excited to talk about ordinals.
Yeah, I was having a discussion. I think it was a couple of weeks ago with Danny, and obviously we were talking about Ordinals on OnChainMonkey, and he said you really should meet Amanda because she's great and she's female leader in the space. So I want to know everything about your background, what you have done, and why on OnChainMonkey. I think all of us are going to be interested.
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, again, thank you for having me on. I'm my co-founder of Metagood. Metagood is the company behind OnChainMonkey. We co-founded the company 2 years ago, May 2021, with Bill Tai, who is our other co-founder and chairman. My background is about 20 years in digital media. I was part of 5 kind of data analytics startups that were acquired by Google, AOL, the last one by Capital One. And I've also worked in kind of some larger corporates like Twitter. Although it's funny, I was looking back, like when did I leave Twitter? It was like 2015. So it was actually quite a long time ago. And I've been doing some angel investing alongside Bill Tai. Bill was the first investor in Zoom. He was an early investor in Canva, Dapper Labs, and seeded 20 publicly traded companies. And then we started a venture fund called Acti Ventures, where we invest in early stage, so pre-seed, seed stage startups. About 50% of our capital deployed to date has been in crypto startups. So yeah, that's a little bit of my background. Bill connected me with Danny to start Metagood, and we're one of obviously the leading innovators on Bitcoin. We launched the NFT collection OnChainMonkey in September 2021. It was the first 10,000 profile pick collection done in a single Ethereum transaction, so very energy efficient for the blockchain. And then Danny inscribed those on Bitcoin when the Ordinals protocol came out a year ago. So the first 10,000 inscribed in inscription 2021-9 in a single inscription. Again, very efficient use of block space. And then we were the first 10,000 to teleburn our Ethereum collection over to Bitcoin. So a bunch of like kind of industry first and innovation. And we've also made a lot of impact as a community. And so we can talk a little bit more about that today. But, OnChainMonkey is really all about innovation and impact.
Fantastic. Tell me a bit about this overall process of, the move of the NFT collection from Ethereum and to Bitcoin. I guess there were, quite a few challenges to overcome being such a big collection.
I mean, I think the biggest challenge was just educating our community, right? Many of whom were Ethereum collectors on, getting an Xverse wallet, which is the Bitcoin wallet for holding ordinals for that collection. But, in terms of the actual technical migration, it was quite complex, but it was very seamless and easy to do from a user perspective. You just had to connect your Ethereum wallet to the OnChainMonkey website. You could see which monkeys were eligible to be upgraded, or you could boost them to be upgraded. They needed a Bitcoin badge. A number of our OnChainMonkey holders have been kind of staking their monkeys to earn rewards to get the Bitcoin badge. And then you're able to kind of migrate them over quite seamlessly. And for everyone who did that, they would get 4 inscriptions on Bitcoin. So it was truly an upgrade of the collection. And yeah, they were all on Block 9 450x sats, which was the first Bitcoin ever mined by Satoshi and given to Hal Finney. So truly digital gold in terms of real estate.
Love it. So how did you approach this education process? What kind of initiatives have you done to, get all the community up to speed with a kind of like a new tech?
Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time in Twitter Spaces with our community, in Discord internal chats. I mean, hats off to our incredible moderator and helper team. There's a team of people that were in the Discord, like answering people's questions. In some cases, they got on Zoom calls for some of our bigger holders who maybe, weren't as tech savvy and needed some help and had questions about the wallet download or anything, any questions they had. We did a lot of hand holding, but, at a high level, it was, a lot of education of our community in Discord and on Twitter Spaces about the significance of ordinals and the benefit to moving their monkeys over.
So would you say that actually, let's take a step back. Unpack for me the benefit of moving on Bitcoin. Why Bitcoin is a better platform to have your on-chain Monkey on?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's the largest L1. It's the most secure layer one, and it's the most decentralized. So, until a year ago, it wasn't possible until the Ordinals protocol launched by Casey Rodarmor to even inscribe Bitcoin and any data directly on the Bitcoin blockchain. And so this is a relatively new development. But I think a lot of creators are very excited about owning digital assets directly on Bitcoin. So a lot of Ethereum NFTs are actually just digital pointers to an IPFS system. They're not actually, they're JPEGs. They're not actually inscribed on Bitcoin. So it's pretty special from a digital ownership perspective, to actually own the asset on the layer one that, is the largest, has the most liquidity, and it's still very early days, right? So if you move over now, I mean, there are still a number of buyers and the largest buyers are still learning and coming into the space. So it's kind of a great opportunity to be an early adopter. And then hold that asset as the ordinal system and ecosystem matures. We're also going into the Bitcoin halving, which is happening in April. And as you know, every 4 years, the same amount of hash produces half the Bitcoin. And so there'll be a decrease in supply. We've also seen an increase in demand from all the Bitcoin ETFs that have been getting passed just the past month. So, it's always a good time to be building on Bitcoin when you have supply going down, demand going up, and, a new protocol that is enabling assets to actually be inscribed directly on Bitcoin.
I asked this question to a few guests. They came on the show. I'm going to ask it to you as well. How good or how important are ordinals for the future of Bitcoin? What's their role?
Oh, I mean, I think it is crucial. Going into the halving, miners need additional fees. Since the Ordinals protocol launched last January, there's been over 55 million inscriptions. There's been over 100 million in fees paid to miners. So just for the kind of future of Bitcoin, this is probably the most exciting development, and it's bringing a lot of builders back to Bitcoin in a way that was never possible before, when it was just a store of value. So I think it's crucial to the future development of Bitcoin.
So if we look at the art, right? Art on chain, art on Bitcoin, and we look at the artists out there. I know that you are exploring collaboration with the well-known artists, international artists. So tell me a bit about the interest that you are getting from them to join the ordinal movement, to get their art inscribed on Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is growing and, in our view, kind of widespread recognition that the highest value digital assets will come to Bitcoin. And so if you're an artist, you want your art living, on the chain that, is kind of the most decentralized, most secure L1. So we were very fortunate to work with Asprey Studio and the artist Ali Walker, who created, a physical egg, 111 physical eggs. And then we worked with him to create their digital twin, their first generative art collection on Bitcoin for Asprey Studio. We are launching Alexis Andre, who is a very well-known, prolific generative artist who to date has been on Ethereum. He did friendship bracelets collection with Snowfro for art blocks, and he's working with us to create his first collection on Bitcoin, which we'll be launching. And so we're very excited about that. And there's a number of other very prominent generative artists who also want to work with us to help launch their first collections on Bitcoin. So, we're seeing a lot of interest from artists who want to explore Bitcoin as a new medium and, take advantage of the differences between kind of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and are very excited to work with us to launch their collections.
Fantastic. That sounds great. So I've got a question for you. How many women are in the OnChainMonkey community?
Oh, hard to say. We've done a couple holder surveys. I mean, I would say it's probably less than 10%, which is probably not that different than the overall makeup of NFT holders. So we're probably actually higher than, I'd say, a lot of collections as you look at like percentage of women that actually own NFTs. But yeah, it's not 50-50. And I'd say generally it's something the whole NFT space needs to work on. But I don't think there's many collections where even ones that are female creators and female art, I would say the majority are still male holders.
What do you think are the barriers to that? Why we see the crypto space and even the NFT space just like a male dominated industry?
It's hard to say, but I mean, I think even, traditional finance in general tends to be still relatively male dominated. Crypto is obviously like a new thing. I mean, I think ordinals in particular are quite technical. And I think, part of our role in this space is to educate people or onboard people and get them, comfortable with crypto and NFTs. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why, STEM has X% more male interest than female. Like I can't really comment on that, but I do hope that, more female creators, more female collectors enter the space, because it is truly, a very wealth generating opportunity, and that should be an inclusive opportunity, not one just for one gender.
I love that inclusivity. So we are on a mission. We need more female artists, more female collectors. I love that. And more female founders. That's what we want. I think there are so many women out there. For some reason, their voice is not getting heard. They are not standing out enough. They are not, making, themselves visible. And I think we need more of that just to be a diverse community. That's so important. I've got another question that I'm going to ask you. We said that the main community of probably NFT and Ordinals is on Twitter and obviously Discord as well. Do you think are there any other platform they are emerging they can drive some kind of community engagement for the NFT space?
Yeah, I mean, I think the majority of our comms are happening on Twitter and Discord. Some groups leverage Telegram to get communications out. Signal, we've some especially art related platforms are using Instagram, or we've even done newsletters on Substack, so anyone can subscribe to our email updates. We know we have some time poor folks that maybe are not on Twitter and Discord all the time, so when we did our migration, we want to make sure that the news got out to everyone in every means possible. So we were on Twitter, Discord, LinkedIn, Instagram, newsletters. If there was a way to send smoke signals, we would have done that. But yeah, we tried to do every possible communication platform to get across.
I love Instagram. I think that, especially for art, could be an interesting platform to explore. And then, there might be even TikTok that could be quite handy. Now, I've got a question. You are a VC. How hard was 2013 for you? And looking ahead 2024, are you excited about it?
I mean, I'm very bullish. I think it's, obviously on the Bitcoin ordinal space. As an investor, I think we saw a lot of great companies being run leanly, and a lot of great opportunities to invest in early stage companies in the Bitcoin space. I'm also the mentor of like Bitcoin Startup Lab, and there's a few other kind of Bitcoin startup accelerators that I mentor, and I'm they're growing. They have more people applying. They're more companies kind of coming through their program, and the ecosystem is still early. So I think that there's a lot of opportunities in the infrastructure space and DeFi, in ordinals. Runes is coming out in the halving, so there'll be another. So I think that there's going to be a lot of exciting opportunities to invest and to build.
When you are choosing companies to invest in, what are the things that are most important for you?
I mean, definitely it always starts with the founding team, and like that's who you're really betting on. Excuse me. Sometimes, the business model can change. You also want to make sure that, the market timing, what you're looking to invest in, is right. You can't be too early or too late on a wave, or you're not going to be able to ride that very easily. So it's kind of the team and the market timing of what they're working on. we've seen a lot of businesses sometimes, change direction, but, and that's, that's something we're not as concerned about, but it's really kind of like the team and the timing of the space that they're working on, what they're working on. We like to invest in teams that are very capital efficient, especially at the beginning. They should run leanly until they have their product market fit. And then, they can kind of scale and get more capital as, they want, as they've been able to prove kind of the product market fit and they're ready to grow their business. So we like to come in, relatively early, ideally kind of the first check in a company. So we like to invest on the earlier side.
Brilliant. Going back to the female aspect, the women aspect, how VC can better support female entrepreneurs and inclusivity? Is there anything they could do to kind of change the perception and, the reality of the space?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have like a quota or a focus on investing necessarily in female entrepreneurs. I mean, I know there's been research, and I couldn't quote what the stats are, but that female entrepreneurs actually do outperform in terms of their returns. Like I don't have the exact stats. There's definitely been reports done on this, but we don't. I mean, we're when we're looking at companies, we're not really looking from a gender perspective. Again, we're just kind of looking at the team and kind of the market and what they're trying to accomplish, and do they have an idea for something that is a really big total addressable market, and that they have some type of competitive advantage in that space. But certainly like trying to mentor more females in venture capital and more female founders is always, I think, important. So I try to help anyone I can along both of those fronts. So yeah.
Fantastic, Amanda. Thank you. Last question. Do you have anything that you want to say to your community that you are excited about OnChainMonkey? Anything, that is coming up?
I mean, we've done 4 portals now to kind of migrate our OnChainMonkey Genesis collection from Ethereum to Bitcoin. I'm quite pleased that over, 78% of those 10,000 monkeys did the migration in this last portal. There is going to be an airdrop of Karma Coin to everyone who owns OnChainMonkey assets on Bitcoin. So you can own the Genesis, you can own our OCM Dimensions. You can even, there's an allocation for Karma, which is not yet migrated to Bitcoin, but will soon. So I think that's pretty exciting to get the word out about that it's a good time to join the on-chain community, OnChainMonkey community on Bitcoin. We will have a drop with Alexis Andre. I'm very excited. I'll be speaking at NFT Paris end of this month, and with Alexis, and we'll do the drop sometime after that. And so that will be very exciting. I mean, it's incredible to work with this artist who, is very well known, and who is working with us for his first collection on Bitcoin. So I'm really excited about that, and we haven't done a ton of marketing for that yet, but that will be coming soon. So be on the lookout for that. I look forward, seeing and learning more about the collection, and yeah, it's always congratulations for founding this, and excited to see you launch.
And finally, Amanda, it's so great, to have you to support our collection that, is going to be out very soon. The FinancialFox Ordinals, you're going to have a special Fox for you as one of the top female leaders in the Ordinal space. So thank you for your support.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I can't wait to see it. That'll be fun.